What's good, everybody? It's just your neighborhood angler, Money Bass, out here about to do this thing we call Bass for Cash. Once again, guys, what I do is get out here on a weekly basis, catch a fish or two real quick. We'll be out here for maybe like an hour, hour and a half, something like that. I'll get a fish to the boat. Once I get that fish to the boat, I will hold it up, let you guys take a look at it, put it on the measuring board so you can get an idea of how big or small that fish is. If you guess the exact weight of that fish, you will win the cash prize. Just that simple, guys. It does not cost anything to participate. So keep that in mind. It is free to participate. All you have to do is be a subscriber of the channel. But of course, membership does have its privileges. If you are a member of the channel, you will get 2 guesses per fish. All right, you get 2 guesses per fish if you are a member of the channel. But once again, it does not cost anything to participate. All you have to do is hit that subscribe button. And also, as you come into the chat, make sure you double tap your screen to hit the like button for me, guys. The likes really do help out the channel, and it helps get things rolling. So as you come into the chat, of course, anybody that has been following the channel for any length of time, you know we are very interactive. So I'll be hopping in and out of the chat, seeing what you guys are talking about as I'm getting set up. And as you know, I give people a little time to kind of trickle into the chat. Just make sure you get in there, introduce yourselves. And also, can you guys hear me okay? Drop a 1 in the chat if you guys can hear me okay. I see we have these Outdoors Adventures checking in. We have James, Larry, and Crockett. What's going on, Crockett? Shout out to the Money Team. You guys will see some people in here that have the badges next to the name. Those are the people that I was referring to that are members of the channel. I will be referring to them throughout the live stream as the Money Team. They will have 2 guesses per fish that is caught. All right, so like I said, membership does have its privileges. All right, I see you guys hitting me with the 1. Really appreciate that. We have luminaries checking in. Who else do we have? Greg Davis, Crockett, what's going on? All right, really appreciate you guys. And like I said, make sure you hit the like button on your way in. It definitely helps the channel out, and it'll kind of push things out there to get people to tune in a little bit faster so we can get things going, all right? So as you see, I'm getting things set up so that we can get out here and catch a fish or 2 for today. I might try something a little different. I know some of you are interested in what type of gear and stuff I'm using. Right now, today, I will be using all spinning reels. I'll be using all spinning gear pretty much today. Let's see. Yeah, so I will be using a lot of spinning gear today, guys, because what I found is these fish are relating to the bottom. So I'll be using some shaky head. Let's see what else I have down here. Shaky head, have my drop shot. I have a spoon, and I also have a little minnow bait. So I want to get out here and play around with these minnow baits a little bit more. So that's what I'm doing today. As you can see, it is a nice, pretty day out here today. Make sure you guys continue to hit that like button. The winds are not that bad. It's a little cool out here, but not too bad. Nothing near as bad as it was. What was that, yesterday? The other days when I was out here when the wind was blowing pretty bad. So yeah, today is a pretty good looking day. Make sure you guys hit the subscribe button also if you are new to the channel. Let's see who else we have. James Larry says, in the house, staying warm. Okay, all right. Well, yes, it's not too bad out here today, guys. Greg Davis says, please like and subscribe as soon as you come into the chat. Much appreciated, much appreciated. So all we're doing is we're looking for a 14-inch or better fish. That's all we need for it to qualify for an official Bass for Cash fish, guys. So we're not necessarily out here looking for the big ones just yet. We don't really need those just yet. But I may be participating in a tournament next week. So if I'm going to be in that tournament, then of course, then I need to get some of these bigger fish to the boat. But for today, I'm just kind of scouting around, feeling around, seeing what I can find. We're going to see if I can run into, you know, a nice 2 to 3 something pounder today. That's all we really need for Bass for Cash, right? So I'm sitting out here in about 15 feet of water right now, and I'm using my live imaging. You guys have heard me talking about live imaging on my channel during the discussions recently. So this is Mega Live 1. I have Helix units. So, you know, now we're finding out that those Helix units are being phased out. So some people are kind of upset about that. Some people have already put in their orders, and they're already looking forward to getting that new Explorer unit that's going to be coming out and that Mega Live 2. So we'll see, guys. We'll see how things end up working out for me. But as far as spending all these funds and all this money, keeping up with all these new toys and gadgets and everything, I don't know. I may be out of the game, guys. I don't know. Shout out to Clint Perry. He says, when are you going to try dice baits? Man, you know, I keep forgetting to order some. Yeah, I wouldn't mind trying some of those at all. All right, you know, I have a feeling we may catch a fish a little early today. We only have 12 people in the chat. We only have 12 people in the chat right now. So people are kind of trickling in a little slow. So if we get a fish to the boat kind of early, I don't know. Is that good or bad? Does it help you guys out when there's less people in the chat? I mean, yesterday we had, what, close to 100 people in here trying to win some of that cash for bass. Luminary says, here, fishy, fishy. We have Void Outdoors back once again. Shout out to the Money Team. Says, what's going on, MoneyBass? How's the weather today? Oh, the weather is nice. Take a look around. Can you see the water? It's a lot more calm today. The wind is not bad at all. And let's see, where's that sun at? Take a look at the sun shining nice and bright. So it's a real pretty day out here on the water today, guys. All right, so I see a few more people coming into the chat. Like I said, make sure you guys hit that like button on your way in. That way we won't be struggling with the likes once we get some fish to the boat. All right, so we're out here fishing some rocks right now, guys. Feel like I'm kind of hung up in some rocks. See if we can get loose from there. What's going on, Key Straight? He says, yo, I'm back, my boy. What's going on? Good to see you back in the chat. So you know the routine. We're out here doing this thing we call Bass for Cash. I was able to kind of move around a little bit today. So we'll see. We'll see if I can get a fish or two to the boat a little bit faster today. And remember, guys, all it takes is a fish that is around 14 inches or better. That is what it takes to be an official Bass for Cash fish. And you know what? Is the sponsor of the show in the chat. Shout out to Steve Wimpy and SWAT Lawn Operations, guys. SWAT Lawn Operations has been the longtime supporter and sponsor of Bass for Cash. That who has been paying out the majority of those funds. So make sure you guys support those companies and businesses that support us. So SWAT Lawn Operations, it is a locally owned and operated, actually a veteran owned and operated business out of Conyers, Georgia, and they support the surrounding metro Atlanta areas. So like I said, make sure you guys support the businesses that support us. I see you guys shouting out SWAT Lawn Operations in the chat. It's Steve Wimpy in the chat. He may not even know that we're live right now, guys. I just kind of snuck out here today. What is today? Is today Thursday? I think today's Thursday, right? In the chat, let me know. Is today Thursday? I believe today is Thursday, guys. So this is when I was telling you guys I would come back out here. It's Thursday. But yesterday, the weather was not as bad as what I was thinking it was going to be. So I went ahead and kind of slid out here yesterday also. And nobody wanted those funds yesterday. Nobody. Bassing with Big Malone says, it's Thursday all day. All right. Appreciate that. Oh, man, I hate it when I get hung up. I'm not even in deep water or anything, and it looks, okay, I got it loose. Oh, my goodness, I'm glad I got that back. All right, let's go ahead and post up right here. Looks like it may be a little something good out that way. So all I'm doing now, right now, I think these fish and the water temps here, actually it's colder here where I'm at now. So the water temps are 52 degrees. So the water temps are steadily dropping. And from what I've been finding, these fish are relating to the bottom. So I'm throwing a lot of bottom baits, guys. I'm not really seeing fish suspended or anything like that anymore. So we're gonna stick with shaky head. Like I showed you guys a minute ago, I have some swim baits tied on, some spoons. Well, like little small swim baits. Let me show you guys. Like the little minnow style baits. Have a spoon right there. And then I have my drop shot. And right now I'm just throwing my shaky head. But I think we're gonna come across a fish sooner than later today. I just had that feeling. Crocker says it's 4 degrees cooler. Bassing with Big Malone says driving cranks. So you think I should throw some big old crankbaits out here, huh? Key Straight says got the lose. Let me see. Nice. You use bait casters too? Yes, sir. But today my bait casters are in the back. So I do have my crankbait. Let me see if I can show you guys. So I have my crankbaits tied on. Actually, I might pick up a crankbait or two. But yeah, so I have my lose bait casters in the back. And also, remember, guys, there were a lot of sales going on. And I showed you guys where you could get those reels that I was using, those lose reels, at some very, very good discounted rates. So did anybody use any of those discount links that I set up for you guys? Did anybody purchase any of those products? Remember, they were like 20% or more off if you would have took advantage of it at the time. Crocker says he's using spinners today, mostly, I believe. Yes, sir. So here we go. Look, there's the lineup. I have 4 spinning rods. So the ones that I use right now that I like using are these Lose Mach 2. They were recently on sale for like $64 a piece. I think I have like, I don't know how many of these things I have. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 right here. And then back here in the back, yeah, that's my bait casters back there. So I have 3 bait casters back there. But yeah, on deck, I have like 4 of these spinning reels. So they've been working out pretty good for me. Don't tell me I got hung up again, guys. Yep, hung up again. DeQuante, what's going on? He says, what's the water temperature? The water temperature now has dropped down to 52.5 degrees. Darkfire says, hey, bro, any fish today? No, sir. We have been fishing for a total of about, I don't know, under 10 minutes probably. So we're just getting out here. You're catching us on the front end. So there haven't been any fish brought to the boat. Nobody has guessed any fish's weight. The Bass for Cash is still there. And we're just waiting for the sponsor of the program to hop in. All right, Bassing with Big Malone says, yeah, I'll burn a crank. Let me see. Reaction bites are fun. Feel like you snagging trees and smaller paddle tails. I want to start throwing an A-rig a little more. So right now, I'm fishing some rocks out here. So that's what I'm targeting. I'm targeting rocks in about 15. And actually, what is this thing hung on? It's kind of moving a little bit. Chef Boy says, I'm here for the munion. I still don't know how to pronounce it right. You still, you spelled it out for me and everything, and I was still getting it wrong. But he says, I'm here for the munion. Want some of those dollars in that pocket. James Larry says, I have 22 rods and reels, mix of both. Do I need more? Wife says no. 22, yeah. I mean, do you have, let's see. James, do you have a shaky head rod and reel set up? And if you only have one, then yeah, you definitely need another setup. Do you have a spinnerbait rod and reel set up? And if the answer is yes, and you only have one, then yeah, you definitely need more than one. Do you have a spinning reel set up with 8-pound line tied on right now? Okay, the answer is yes. Okay, well, you need another one because you need one with 10-pound and 12-pound line tied on there. So, yeah, I think you're a little short, James. So, yeah, you need to have a talk with her and let her know that, yeah, you're just starting out. So, you're just starting with your collection. And ask her, how many pairs of shoes does she have? How many pair of shoes does she have? It's kind of the same thing. All right, Chef Boy says, are you fishing a medium heavy? This is a black ice ducket 7.2. This is a medium. So sometimes I do fish with a medium heavy, but with this right now, today, I'm throwing it on a medium. Wrong time. It says, shout out from North Sentinel Islands. All right, long live the Sentinelese. Am I saying that right? Maybe I'm putting too many tongue twists in there. James says she only has 2 pairs of shoes. Are you sure she only has 2 pairs of shoes? I'm saying, how many pairs of shoes does your wife have? You need to have at least the same amount of rods and reels as she does shoes. It would only be right. All right, so for anybody just tuning in, we are just getting started out here. We're doing this thing we call Bass for Cash, where I catch the bass, you guys guess the weight, and you win the cash. Just that quick and easy. Make sure you have subscribed, because you do have to be a subscriber in order to participate. It does not cost a thing. It is free to participate in Bass for Cash, all right? But you must be a subscriber. Ron Thomas says, yep, you're correct. Luminary says, this woman doesn't collect shoes. I have more reels than shoes. Uh-oh. Well, you got to find what her vice is and then compare it to that. That's what you need. Crockett said, hit that like button. Yes, sir. Make sure you guys are hitting that like button, because once we get the fish to the boat, you know I'm going to definitely keep my eyes on the likes. And the likes are a little short right now, so really appreciate that. As you come into the chat, make sure you guys double tap your screen. Likes are free, and they definitely help out the channel, guys. James said, mine loves wine. I don't know how you're going to make that one work, because wine, that sounds like something both of you, that sounds like something both of you get. All right. Thought I may have seen a little something over there. Let's keep on kind of moving around a little bit. So I'm glad the wind is nowhere near as bad as it was the other day. What's going on? We have Charlie O checking back in. Bassing with Big Malone says earrings. Okay. Oh, yeah. Go out there and count the earrings. Say, I need as many rods as real as pairs of earrings as you have. You got to make it work. You got to be creative. James says, and vodka and tonic. Okay. So I'm looking on my mapping, and I kind of see an area where there's a ditch. So I'm thinking these fish are, like I said, going to be on the bottom, more relating to the bottom. Not really seeing too many fish suspended. So we're going to stick with some bottom baits. Going to throw the shaky head, going to throw like small swim baits. Then, of course, you know we have to do those minnow baits. Troy Mims says, what minnows are you shaking? So I have the mooch minnow. I think those just came out, so I bought 2 packs of those. Just wanted to test them out. So shout out to the MoneyTeam, the members of the channel. We did a members-only live stream the other day, and I showed you guys in detail the setups and everything that I just recently received in an order that I had placed with those discounts that I was telling you about. So make sure you guys are paying attention to the links in the description, because I always try to make sure I put things in there that can provide value to you guys. What's going on, Steve Dorsey says, I'm signing in. What's going on? Good to see you in the chat. I had that feeling. We're going to feel that tappy tap in just a second, guys. The tip of that rod just goes tap, tap. I have a feeling that we're getting close. We're getting close. Is anyone going to be fishing any tournaments or anything this coming weekend? Today is Thursday, so we're just 2 days away from tournament day for anybody that's going to be fishing any tournaments. I don't have anything lined up just yet, but we'll see. We'll see. Let me change my settings on here. The time is currently 2:23, but let's go and turn daylight savings time off so I can have my time set up right. Luminary says, I've never been in a tournament, but I hit my limit of 5 trout yesterday in Washington. I used to live in Tacoma, Washington. That's where I actually caught my first fish. The first fish I ever caught was in Tacoma, Washington. It was a rainbow trout. Charlie O says, are you cold? I've definitely dealt with a lot colder weather than this, so I don't, yeah, I mean, it's not bad at all out here. So I know some of you were watching the other day where, when I was out here, and it was definitely cold. It was in the 30s, and I was still out here doing my thing, trying to make it happen for you guys. Nobody wanted to win. Nobody wanted that money for that day. Shout out to Steve Wimpy. You guys see him. He's in the chat. Everybody put SWAT lawn operations in the chat. I was telling them just a minute ago that SWAT lawn operations, make sure you guys support those that support us. SWAT lawn operations is a locally veteran-owned lawn company. They do a lot of exterior work, commercial and residential, based out of Conyers, Georgia. So make sure you guys reach out to SWAT lawn operations, guys. They support all of the surrounding metro Atlanta areas. All right. Charlie O says it was probably colder yesterday. Yes, it was. It was definitely colder yesterday. It was colder yesterday, and the wind was going crazy yesterday. Bassing with Big Malone says, I'd like to get in some more monthly kayak ones. Okay, might sell a rain. Okay. All right, so you're going to downsize a little bit. I know a lot of people out there making that happen. All right, so check it out, guys. You see this school of fish right here? No, actually, that's not a school of fish. What is that? What is that? Let's see. Oh, that's some cover right there. Okay, okay. Okay, we're drifting a little bit. I thought we were running up on some fish out here, but actually we found some cover that they're relating to. Steve Wimpy says, let's go. Let's put some money in someone's pocket. All right, we're going to see. But Wimpy, you told them, you said, nobody, they don't really want that money. I get the fish to the boat, but they don't guess the weights right. Wimpy said, y'all don't really want this money. Elliot says, money, you prefer forward-facing or down-facing live sonar on the bow? What do you use the most? I use a combination of both. So right now, you guys see I'm using my mapping. Sometimes I'll put this on my 360. So I have my 360 running down here, and then I'll put this on forward facing, and then sometimes I'll run it on the split screen. So I have my sonar on one side, and then I have my forward facing on another side. But it really just depends on what I'm seeing. So right now, I'm not really seeing any activity directly under the boat. So I more so will use the forward facing sonar. Once you have your forward-facing sonar set up correctly, for me, I can use forward-facing sonar in place of just regular down sonar because, let me just show you. So, for instance, right here is where the boat is at. I can see directly under the boat. The same thing if I was to go to my sonar, you see it's showing me directly under the boat, but I can see both already with using my forward-facing sonar. So unless I need to do something specific, I pretty much would just keep it set up on the forward-facing sonar. Frank V says, since you are so good with helixes and Mega Live 1, are you going to change out all of your units and run Mega Live 2? Oh my goodness. Man, you know, I told you guys a while back, before all of this stuff had started coming out, that I was getting tired of trying to keep up with everything. And I mean, for me, I can catch fish with or without it, but I like using it. It's fun. To me, it's fun using it. But as far as spending, you know, thousands of dollars every few years, and I am not really in the tournament game like I was before. So I don't really fish too many outside tournaments. Now what I do is I do a lot of, I host my own tournaments. So if anybody knows, I host tournaments called Battle of the Anglers on my channel. So if you could, just take a second, just write down a quick note, type MoneyBass, Battle of the Anglers. All right, here we go, guys. Here we go. We're getting some tappy taps. Are they gonna take it? Okay, didn't wanna take it. Didn't want to take it, but they're over there. All right, so we found them. We found them, guys. Crockett says, you don't need it. So, yeah, I mean, yeah, I can't see myself getting rid of all of my units and just starting back over. Now, take a look right here, guys. We are directly on top of these fish. Now, I'll go ahead and put it in Sonar for you guys. So, look, there they go on Sonar. Those are those same fish that we're looking at right here. So, what I can do, let's just go ahead and take a look. I did get a bite casting right out this way, but I'm not in a hurry. I'm not in a hurry today, guys, and I want to get out here and kind of experiment. So let's see. Let me get this spoon. I'm just going to drop a spoon straight down and see if I can get those fish to come up and hit it. Let me show you guys what this spoon looks like. Just a little small spoon. I'm just going to jig that straight down and just pop it a few times. Elliot says, thanks. You have a great day in explaining. Let me see. You have a great way of explaining things and making it make more sense. All right. Really appreciate that. Yeah, I hope I'm helping you guys out a little bit. It's all about getting out here, having some fun. You never know what somebody's financial, health situation or anything is like that. So if we can get out here, share a little bit of our experience with each other, what works, what doesn't work, so that instead of hearing about the bad day that somebody had on the lake, you guys can come into the chat and share your good experiences. You know, makes for a good time out here. All right, so look, let me show you. So over here, if you guys can see my jig, I'm just kind of bouncing it. And remember, the trolling motor is moving back and forth, so it doesn't always stay in focus. So now it's in focus on my sonar side. So you guys see that little line right there? That's me just jigging that little spoon that I just showed you. Now take a look. There's a fish right there by it. There's a fish right there where I'm jigging that spoon at. So I'm going to come up in the water column just a little bit more. I'm sitting in 23 feet of water. They may hit this spoon. They may not hit it. But like I said, I'm just kind of out here experimenting. I may be fishing a tournament next week. So I'm just going to be out here playing around, trying a few different things for you guys today. But I know you do want me to get a fish to the boat. So I'll get a fish to the boat so you guys can see if you can guess the weight and win a little bit of cash for your pocket. All right. So yeah, those fish, I'll wait till I see them back on the screen in numbers like I was just seeing a second ago, because I'm not seeing them down there like that right now. All right, so now let's go ahead and I'll just keep this spoon over here and set up so that if I see those fish under the boat, I can drop down and grab it real quick. Let's just get back to the shaky head. Put the shaky head back in action. The shaky head was getting a little tappy tap a minute ago. All right, make sure you guys continue to hit that like button. I see a few more of you coming into the chat. We are doing this thing we call Bass for Cash. We haven't been out here long, guys. Maybe about, what, 20 minutes or something like that? All right, Junior Martinez says, is Bass for Cash? It's Bass for Cash time. That is right. We're out here doing this thing called Bass for Cash. Mark says, how big is your PB? So my personal best spotted bass is 5 pounds, 11 ounces. And I happened to catch that on a Friday before the tournament. And my biggest largemouth is 8.56 pounds. And I happened to catch that on a Friday before a tournament also. Junior says, have I missed out on any bendation? Not yet, sir. Not yet, sir. We're just checking a few things out, scouting it around. So I think I found some fish that may be a little active because I already got a bite, but it didn't hold on to it. So you know what that means. That means I need to put some stank on it. Troy says break out the spoon. So I just showed you the spoon a second ago. So I had some fish directly under the boat. So I was seeing if those fish would react to it. They did not. But when I see them under the boat again, I'll either pick that up or pick up the drop shot, something like that. So we'll see. We'll see in just a minute. Steve Dorsey says, I'm old school. No electronics on my boat other than a 2D Garmin. Maybe this coming summer I will upgrade, but I've been beating the guys with all the toys, and it feels good when I beat them. Oh, yeah, I know that's definitely a good feeling. All right, Bathroom with Big Malone says, never caught a big spot. Oh, yeah, what lake do you fish? What lakes do you fish? Still in Tennessee, what's going on? Says, let me see, from what I have seen of the live footage of the new stuff, it isn't worth the cost to change everything out. And for me, yeah, I mean, it would have, I don't even know how good it would have to be for me to do that. But from what I've seen on that Explorer unit with the waypoint system, and you guys saw the video, the live stream that I did the other day, with the waypoints, and there was another feature. It was the waypoints and then just the ease of use from that touchscreen. And see, I've always had Helix units, so I've never had a touchscreen. So some of the things that I was seeing on the Explorer, it could be just be common on touchscreen units, but because I haven't used a touchscreen, it would all be new to me anyways. But yeah, I really like that waypoint management system, how easy it was to kind of keep all your waypoints together and everything. All things Key Nicole. What's going on? What's going on, Miss Nicole? She says, I'm new here. Do you cook the fish once you catch it? I love a good fish fry. She says, I love a good fish fry. You gonna throw them in the grease? No, ma'am. I catch the fish. What we do over here is this thing we call bass for cash. So I do release the fish, but before I release the fish, I will hold the fish up. I show you the fish. I put it on a measuring board, let you see, get a good idea of what the size of that fish is, right? Then I let you guess the weight of the fish. If you guess the exact weight, then you will win a cash payout. It does not cost anything to participate. So it is free to participate in Bass for Cash. That is what we call it, Bass for Cash. All you have to do is subscribe. You must be a subscriber in order to get that payout. And actually, you must be a subscriber in order to participate, because what we do is we go to subscriber only mode once we get that fish to the boat. Make sure you guys double tap the screen. Shout out to Void Outdoors. Double tap the screen if you haven't already. What that does is that will give us a like on the channel. And the likes are very, very important. I see we're moving on up a little bit. We have 50-something people in, but we only have 27 likes. Let's see if we can get those likes up to 40. If you have already hit the like button, put the word like in the chat. What's going on, Ben? Ben says, greeting from the Netherlands. I told you guys, we are worldwide out here doing this Bass for Cash thing. We have somebody checking in from the Netherlands. Bass with Big Malone says Smith Mountain Mountain Lake has some nice ones. I just don't get up there like I want to. Okay. Mainly smaller 300 less acre lakes. Sometimes those smaller lakes have some real big fish in it because they don't get as much pressure. All right. Key Nicole says, my papa is always saying when you go fishing, you have to be quiet. We talked about that the other day. What do you guys think? Why do you guys think her papa is telling her that she has to be quiet whenever they're fishing? What do you guys think? If you're talking too much, will that scare the fish away? What do you guys think? That is the question of the day. She says, my papa is always saying when you go fishing, you have to be quiet. Is he lying to me? She's like, hey, but Papa, I want to talk to you. He's like, hey, shh, you're going to scare the fish away. What do you guys think? All right, appreciate everybody. I see you hitting the like button. Dennis says, good afternoon, Money Bass. What lake are you fishing? I'm out here on Lake Lanier today. Bassman Big Malone says, why, let me see, why I like him. Less to focus on. Crockett says, you're getting on his nerves. She says, I come straight in and I like, let me see, the content creator, so I know the importance of the like button. Really, really appreciate that. Came straight in and hit that like button for me. All right, so we're getting the answer to your question about the, do you have to be quiet when you're fishing? Are you going to scare the fish away? Luminary says, I'm Italian and loud and still caught my limit. Steve Wimpy says, sounds like Papa needs some peace and quiet. Clint Perry says, hey, Papa is always right. Shout out to the burning season says, am I finally going to get you up north in 2025? I don't know. You got to talk. If you can convince Steve Wimpy, that's who you need to talk to. Talk to Steve Wimpy. Let's see if you can convince him first. All right. James Larry says, I think he just wants peace and quiet. All right. So, Key Nicole, are you getting your answer? I think you may have got your answer already. Steve Dorsey says, I play music on my boat and still catch bass. When my wife comes with me, she talks for 8 hours and I still catch them. All right. So, yeah, Key Nicole, I think he just wants a little peace. I think he just wants a little peace. He wants to kick back and relax and just reminisce on times. I think that's what he's talking about. All right, let's see, guys. Let's see. What else are we talking about in the chat? Oh, she says, I've never been fishing with him. He was just telling me the rules of fishing. Okay. All right. So I guess he's prepping you. He's giving you the rules of fishing just in case. But hey, you need to go. Why haven't you ever been fishing with him before? Still in Tennessee says, that is the way to keep the kids quiet. That is correct. The burning season says, if you come north, check out. No. Oh my goodness. I would not I would not be going. Um has anybody fished Brokeback? What is it again? Brokeback Mountain Lake. I will not be going to that lake. I want no parts of it. Oh my goodness. Bass with Big Malone says, I talk to myself on camera and still catch. And look, I talk to myself. I'm talking to you guys. I talk to the fish. I talked about a little bit of everything out here. And maybe that's why it takes me so long to catch them, guys. But we'll get a fish to the boat in a minute or two. Junior Martinez says, Wisconsin has some nice lakes. Key Nicole said, and he's more of a talker than me. Okay, oh my goodness. Crockett says, oh my God, burning season. Not Brokeback Mountain Lake. What's going on? Al Smalls checking in. He says, just getting on, my fishing fellow. How's the bite been so far? Well, I got one tappy tap, so I know they might be biting a little something today. I'm still not going to do a lot of moving around. I was trying to see if I could get a fish to the boat pretty quick for you guys today with the shaky head, but I had a tappy tap, so it you know, I got a hit, but it just didn't take it. But we'll get one sooner or later. I kind of see some fish roaming around here and there. So all we need is one. All we need is one to be like, yeah, I'm a little hungry and it looks a little tasty. Let me go ahead and take a bite. That's all we need, just one. All right, let's see. Bassman with Big Malone says, don't think I'm gonna fish that one. Yeah, I don't know about going to what was it called? Brokeback Mountain Lake. Hold on a second, I'll be right back. All right, and I am back. All right, let's see, guys. Still in Tennessee says, I'm not going down to Brokeback Mountain Lake. That ain't right, as Willie Nelson said. That just ain't right. Junior Martinez says, and that's why I wouldn't fish that lake. Okay, Greg said, I need to put some more stank on it. All right, we can do that. Crockett says, Chicken Hawk might be calling. Nope, Chicken Hawk is not going to call me today. He's mad at me. He wants his money back. Chicken Hawk wants his money back. Do you think that was a fair fight? Do you think that was a fair battle? Chicken Hawk is the one who made the bet against me. He bet me that I couldn't, he gave me 1 hour and said that I could not catch a fish within 1 hour. He saw the weather report. He saw that the weather report, it was cold. It was very cold that day, if you guys remember. And the weather report said dangerous winds. It wasn't high winds. It said dangerous winds. So he saw that weather report and he was like, oh yeah, I got him this time. So he went ahead and made a bet against me and I got him. I stuck him for a nice $20 bill. But he wants his money back. And somebody told me, hey man, that wasn't fair. And I was like, what do you mean it wasn't fair? I was out here fishing in dangerous winds, trying to let the peoples win some bass for cash. All right, let's see. What are you guys talking about in the chat? Luminary says, Nicole, I eat my catch, fry them up, especially when I catch salmon. Oh yeah, I hit some salmon. All right, let's see. Junior Martinez says, the fish are calling MoneyBass. They said, we in here. Oh yeah, they in here. They're just not biting yet. Luminary says, I agree. I had the garlic yesterday. Stanky. Oh, yeah. We'll put a little stank on it. Junior Martinez says, more than fair. All right. Al Small says, going out to Santee Cooper tomorrow. Hopefully we'll get on them. Okay, they can have some big fish out there. Steve Wimpy says, Bass for Cash payout today has increased by $5. Uh-oh, guys. So the payout is $35 is the total payout. Now, remember, we pay out the total pot in increments. So the first payout is going to be $20. So you'll get $20. But if you are a member of the Money Team, if you are a member of the channel, you guys have the opportunity to just take the whole pot. And all you have to do is guess the exact weight of the fish. So membership does have its privileges. Also, the members of the channel, they get 2 guesses per fish. So membership definitely does have its privileges. All right, so the total payout today is $35, guys. $35 is the total payout. It does not cost a thing to participate. All you have to do is be a subscriber of the channel. If you have any questions, drop it down in the chat. Steve Dorsey says, we should have a 2-day tournament on Lake Champlain. The Money Team. All right, Crockett says it was a fair fight. It was fair. Junior Martinez says, you actually caught it before 30 minutes. I sure did. I caught it within 30 minutes. Things change a little bit. If you offer MoneyBass a little bit of change, things kind of change a little bit. Change changes things. We have Devin checking in. What's going on, Devin? We're just out here doing this thing called Bass for Cash. Devin, have you ever played Bass for Cash with us before? Or is this going to be your first time? Have you ever participated in Bass for Cash before? And actually, is there anybody that is watching right now that has not participated in Bass for Cash? If you have not participated in Bass for Cash before, put no. If you have participated, put yes. And if you have actually won and won a cash payout, put yes, I won in the chat. I just want to gauge the room. Let's see who we have in here. Do we have some winners in the chat today? Dragon. Let me see. Dragon says, it's been a long time. What's going on? Good to see you back. Namaste says, hey, what's up? Just scrolling through, just passing through. You might as well stay a minute and play this thing we call Bass for Cash. You might win some money. All right, Devin says, yes, I have, and I haven't won yet. All right, good deal. All right, Crockett says he won. This is the break, says Chicken Hawk squeak. Hippie Dave says, yes, he is a winner. Everybody remembers Hippie Dave. Hippie Dave came and took the whole pot. Wait a minute, Hippie Day, you didn't take the whole pot because were you a member of the channel at the time that you won? I thought you had took the whole pot. Or were you supposed to be becoming a member of the channel? What's up with that? What happened? What happened? Crockett said, no, not one. Yes, he has played. Dragon Million said, what is that? Dragon W Million says, how come have I only seen you catch spotted bass? Pretty much when I come out here, I just target spotted bass. There are some nice sized largemouth on here, but I would have to, go back and fish some shallow water, fishing coves and stuff for the most part if I wanted to target those. But on this lake, people win tournaments. Like there was a tournament this past Saturday, and it had, I believe, 97 boats in it. There were 15 plus bags that I think they said were over 20 pounds, were 20 pounds or over. I believe that's what they said, were 20 pounds or over. So they have some real nice spotted bass in here. So you can pretty much target spotted bass and win tournaments on this lake. How do you pronounce that? Is it Wabis? Wabes? Says, is the guess in pounds and ounces? No, the guess is in pounds only. Shout out to Crockett. He gave you an example in there. An example would be 1.65 or 2.63 or something like that. All right, I see some fish out there, guys. Let's go ahead and see if we can get something to the boat. Junior Martinez says, I'm still waiting on that 5-pounder. So you missed the 5-pounder? Junior, we already got a 5-pounder to the boat. And it was live. It was a real good bite. It was a top water bite. You guys actually got to see it come and explode on the top. It came and jumped. I mean, it didn't jump out of the water, but you saw the explosion whenever it hit on top water. So you didn't see the 5-pounder catch, Junior Martinez? Junior says 5-pounder might equal a crazy donation. You never know. Oh, so you want another 5-pounder. But did you see the other 5-pounder that was already caught? That was a really good catch on that one. Actually, I made a clip from it. Junior says, must have been before I joined. Okay, could have been. It seemed like it was maybe about 3 weeks ago, maybe? What's going on, Mika? Is it Micah or Mika? Good to have you in the chat. Crockett says, should be a video of it. Yes, sir. It is definitely a video of that 5-pounder being caught. I think we named it Big Gertha or Bertha or something like that. Somebody in the chat and that gave it a name and everything. Dragon says, I recently caught my dream saltwater fish this year. Okay, it's Mika. What's going on, Mika? Good to see you in the chat. We're just out here doing this thing we call Bass for Cash. I'm out here scouting around, trying to see if I can find some of these fish. See if I can get a fish or two to bite. Let's head over here to this ditch, guys. I see a ditch right behind the boat, so let's go check that out. And I'll show you guys what I mean by ditch right here on the screen. So you see how the contours are coming like this and then they dip down? That is a obvious ditch right there. So sometimes those fish will be in these ditches and they'll just be stuck all the way on the bottom, or they may be right on the corners of the ditches. So I am going to just drop a spoon or something down here, because if they're down on the bottom, sometimes dropping a spoon or something will kind of disturb them a little bit, and they'll come off of the bottom and kind of show themselves a little bit. So let's see. We are going to see. I'm going to head right over to the edge of that ditch. Mika says, bro, you ask me that every time. Hey, I try to remember. I try. Come on, Mickey. You gotta take it easy on me. I'm trying. I'm trying to get some fishes to the boat, trying to remember all the names, all the countries. I mean, there's people in here from everywhere. But glad to see you back. Junior says Slim Thick was the biggest I've ever seen. Which one was Slim Thick? Was that? So it couldn't have been the 5-pounder. All right, so here we go. We're dropping that spoon straight down. We may see it on the screen. Let's see. All right, so here we go, guys. There's my spoon right there. If you guys can see that kind of jigging up and down, and it's right above some cover. So I'm wanting to see if a fish is going to come out of there and hit the spoon, or at least come up and look at it. I'm not seeing them come out of there at all. So we could be in a dead zone. We'll see. All right, really appreciate that, Mika. Dennis says, is there a time limit for you to catch one? I generally try to come out here for an hour, 1 to 2 hours now. I mean, the weather is a little better today, so we'll see. The only time there's been a time limit is when somebody like Chicken Hawk, my little nemesis to the channel, comes in here and like challenges me and says stuff like, I bet you can't catch a fish in less than an hour, stuff like that. So both of the times that he came and made that challenge, he lost his money. So he kind of stopped making those bets with me. All right, so yeah, so nothing on the bottom over here. All right, make sure you guys continue to hit that like button. We're trying to get up to 50 likes pretty quick so we can get some things rolling. All right, one of the things that I wanted to do also, let me hit spot lock on here to hold the boat in place. Let me change out this shaky head. There's some different shaky head jig heads that I wanted to try out, because the ones that I normally use, those things are very, very expensive now. And as you know, with shaky head lures, you get hung up in rocks and trees and logs, different types of things. Junior Martinez says, I've won a challenge. All right, so yeah, Junior Martinez, I remember that. What's going on, Juan? Juan says, what are you fishing for? Today we're out here fishing for, pretty much focusing on spotted bass, but sometimes there are largemouth hooked up in here. But there's the shaky head lure that I'm going to be using. It has a little twist lock in there where you can twist the worm on there and just kind of thread it in there. So I'm going to try these. I want to see what the, how they feel as far as the hook set and all that kind of stuff. I don't use these in tournaments right now. So I want to get out here and test these out. So that was a quick polymer knot. You want to always wet the line a little bit. All right, there we go. So this is 12-pound fluorocarbon that I'm using, guys. A lot of people use like 10-pound lines. Some people use 8. But for me, I throw mine directly into a lot of cover, like brush piles, trees, rocks, and things like that. So a fish could get me hung up in there. All right, so now what I do on my shaky head, and that is almost empty. Let's see. So I have my little bag of different types of scents and smell goods that I put on there, or smell goods or smell bads, depending on how your nose is. But this is these are garlic scents. Let's see, man, those things are almost empty. All right, so first what I do, let's see, maybe this one has enough in here, is I put some chartreuse on here. So these worms, whenever I catch fish, sometimes they will have crawfish in their mouth that they have just ate. And I try to match the color of the worm with those crawfish that they just ate. So we're gonna put a little chartreuse on there first. Luminary says they love that stank. Oh yeah, gotta put a little stank on it. All right, and then I also putting some blood red on here. But the thing that I don't like about this stuff, especially this red, is it leaks out of here sometimes and it'll get on my finger. So if you guys can see this right here, I have a spot on my carpet that I do not know what was spilled on there, but I have not been able to get that out. And I had scrubbed it with a lot of different things. So now I actually kind of use that spot as an area to like put things on, because I'll eventually cover it up with a sticker. You know, once I get my boat stickers and stuff like that for MoneyBass or Bass for Cash or something like that, I'll put some stickers on top of that and cover it up. But for now, I want to get out here and test these out, see how they feel as far as coming through rocks and all that good stuff. Shout out to M4 Fishing. He says, did you try the spy bait yet? No, sir, I have not tried the spy bait yet. Nope, I'm out here throwing shaky head, Let's see what else we have. So I have a drop shot. You can kind of see the little minnow bait right there next to that light. I have another little minnow bait. That is the mooch minnow. And then, of course, that little spoon right there that I showed you guys earlier. So right now, those are the main things I'm focusing on. Just trying to test out the bite, see what these fish are reacting to. And just kind of going from there right now. But we'll change it up. We'll change it up. Leslie says, glad y'all are having nice weather down there. We woke up to 20 degrees here in North Carolina. Oh, my goodness. Things warmed up over here a little bit. We have Sir U checking in. Haven't seen you in a minute. He says, get out deep in the ditches, 40 feet deep. Find the arches and drop on them. Hit them in the head. So, yeah, right now I'm sitting at 18 feet. I did just check a ditch a minute ago, but I didn't really see anything down there. And I dropped the spoon down on them, and I didn't really see anything moving around or coming off of the bottom or anything. So I'm just going to keep moving. But actually, I'm sitting right in a ditch right now. So take a look. Right there, 18 feet. There's some type of little structure down there, but I don't know if there's any fish that are on it. Chris Phillips says, let's get to catching. I got to go to work. All right, Chris is like, hey, man, I see you showing us the baits and, you know, the good weather and having some nice conversations. But how about you get a fish to the boat so I can win some money? Chris is like, hey, man, I'm trying to go to work. All right, Chris, we'll see. We'll see what we can do. The burning season says, heard the hawk got thrown out of Bass Pro. He couldn't catch a fish out of the tank. Oh, my goodness. Oh, yeah, Chicken Hawk's been struggling out here lately. Nobody really says, I need gas money. I got like 30 miles and I'm going to make it home. Uh-oh. Crockett says 74 people and only 40 likes. We need to get the likes up. Oh, yeah, if the likes aren't right, then the fish won't bite. If the likes aren't right, the fish won't bite. So, yeah, we need to definitely get the likes up. Jumbo Gumbo says, you ain't eating today? No, sir. No sandwich for me today. James Larry says, hey, I'm already at work. James is like, I'm trying to win some Bass for Cash while I am at work. All right, scanning around on that ditch again. Now, there's a suspended fish, but I don't know if that's bass or not. So we're not going to focus on that. So, yeah, it looks like we may have to move around a little bit too, guys. When I'm doing the lives, you know, I kind of like it when I can find a place. I mean, I guess anybody would find a place where you can just kind of post up and just make cast in the same direction the whole time and just catch fish. But it doesn't always work out that way. The burning season says, where's the hawk? I need some laughs. I don't know where the hawk is at. He's in hiding. I think you were on whenever he made those 2 bets, I think 2 days in a row, and lost them both. So he's out for revenge. He's mad because I took his money. The burning season says probably at the dentist getting them 2 TJs. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Y'all giving Chicken Hawk a hard time. Yeah, I was trying to get Chicken Hawk to let us know when he wanted to meet up on the lake again so we can do another Battle of the Anglers. But he didn't want to say. All right, we're sitting at about 45 likes. Can you guys get me up to 50? I just need 5 more likes. If you have already hit the like button, all you do is double tap the screen to hit that like button. If you have already hit that like button, type the word like in the chat. Like I said, I always like to see who is participating and supporting the channel. The burning season says working overtime to pay off his fishing gambling debts. Could be. Could be. I have to check on him and make sure he's all right a little later. M4 Fishing, appreciate that. Hit me with that like. We're up to 47 likes, guys. We're almost there. We have about 61 people in here. So we have people tuning in, tuning out. I think what some people do is they keep checking back. They're waiting to see, did he catch one yet? They're waiting to slide in as soon as they see me get a fish to the boat. But What has happened to some people when they do that, when they leave and come back, they're like, oh no, I missed it. They come back right after the scales are closed. And then they do not get a chance to guess on any of the fish. All right, I see everybody putting those likes in there. Really, really appreciate it. The Burning Season says, next stream, can you change the title to Cast for Catch? Cast for Cash. How many casts do I need for the cash? James says, I'm at Kroger, Crabapple Fuel Center. All right, let's see. All right, I think what I might do next, guys, is go and check into some coves. It is now 2:03. How long have we been out here? Uh-oh. We've been out here for 1 hour. 1 hour. Chef Boy said, I fell asleep the last 2 videos. He said I had to take a nap. Well, did you guess the weight on the last fish? Or did you miss it while you were taking your nap? What happened? Because nobody guessed the weight last time. Did you get your guess in? At least? The Burning Season says, there you go. We wager on how many casts to catch a fish. James says, like, I see 61 viewers and 50 likes. Looking good. Steve Dorsey hit the like button. Chef Boy says he woke up late, so you missed it. You missed it. And nobody won either. So that pot rolled over. Again, shout out to SWAT Lawn Operations. Is anybody in the chat in Georgia? Type GA in the chat if you're in Georgia. I just want to know, because that's where I'm at. I'm currently at Lake Lanier in Georgia, but who is in Georgia in the chat? All right, guys, I see some birds out there in the water. Let's see where they go. Can you guys see those birds out there? There they go, taking off. We have Yeet with the signature hook set checking in from GA. We have North Carolina M4 Fishing from Georgia. All right. The reason I was asking is because the sponsor of the program, Bass for Cash, is out of Georgia. So make sure you guys support those businesses that support us. Shout out to SWAT Lawn Operations, everybody. They are out of Conyers, Georgia, but they support the surrounding metro Atlanta areas. So make sure you reach out to SWAT Lawn Operations. Shout out to DL Peck Fishing tuning in. Good to see you in the chat. I think you may have tuned in just in time. You know, I'm getting that feeling that it's time for me to go ahead and get a bass to the boat for you. So we've been rolling for 1 hour. And I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna do 1 more hour, guys. So this is the catching hour. The first hour was the prepping hour. So I've been prepping you. I've been prepping you for 1 hour. And you guys saw I'm trying out this new shaky head jig too. What's going on, Leslie? She says, get some OxyClean. It worked on my dad's boat carpet. Hey, I'll try it, but I scrubbed that thing like crazy. I do not know what it was that was spilled on that carpet. What's going on, Justin? He says, you catch my money yet? No, sir, not yet. But I have a feeling we're easing up on it. It's about that time. Justin White says, who wants a membership? Craig said, yes. He says it's time to donate a membership. Shout out to Justin. Justin has been donating memberships almost every day that I've come out here. Remember, membership does have its privileges. The members of the money team, they get 2 guesses per fish. So they have twice the chance of winning. All right, I feel the wind picking up a little bit more too, guys. So right now I'm fishing about 15 feet of water. I made a 60-foot cast so I can see my bait falling down right here. Just gonna fish it through that cover in about 15 feet of water. But yeah, I've been here for a minute. I got 1 bite, so I'm gonna have to change it up. Shout out to Justin. He just gifted a membership, and guess who got it? But Why? But Why is now a new member. Oh my goodness. Shout out to Justin. Justin is the current sponsor of the live stream today, guys. Like I tell you, each time we come out here, whoever gives the largest super chat, super sticker support of the channel during the live stream is the sponsor of the live stream. All right, guys, I see some fish out here now. Oh my goodness. I see them, guys. I see them. They're out there at about 80 feet. So we're gonna throw this minnow out here. We're gonna try this minnow bait. I've been wanting to try these out. So we're gonna ease out here. Get just a little bit closer on them. Where did they go? Where'd they go? All right, there they go. So take a look, guys. You see that? They're about 70 feet out. So we're gonna make a good cast out there. And I think it hit right where it needed to hit. And it did, because I can see them moving over towards it. And we're just gonna shake this bait back to the boat. We are going to see. Wait a minute, Justin is, am I missing something? I need you guys to give me an update in just a second. I was focused. I saw those fish and had to turn away, but it looks like Justin is in the chat doing his thing. Shout out to Justin, guys. I know I saw at least 2 memberships popping up in there. And it looks like Big Dog got one of them from what I saw. All right, no luck on that cast. I don't know. Those fish swim off on me. Let's get another good cast out there. We're going to let it drop down again. Then I'll hop back into the chat. Then we're going to run to another location. I'm going to go and fish some points in just a second, guys. Okay, I still see those fish out there. I'm not sure if those are bass though, guys. So let me just show you what I'm looking at. So there's some fish right here. And then right below them, looks like there's some bass out there moving around with them too. So I'm just gonna spot lock right here for a second. And just kind of fish this real quick. Shout out to the new members. We have Big Dog as a new member of the channel. How many chats we have Terrell T as a new member. How many memberships did Josh put in here? And but why? It looks like it was 3 memberships. Did I get that right? Did I get that right? Do we have 3 new members of the Money Team? That is right. Shout out to Justin. If you guys could put JW in the chat. He is the current sponsor of today's live stream, guys. Remember what I always say is whoever gives the largest super chat, super sticker, or support of the channel during the live streams is the sponsor of the live stream, because this channel is supported by you guys, the viewers, subscribers, and people that just kind of slide through every once in a while just to see what is going on out here on this MoneyBass channel and Bass for Cash, guys. Really appreciate that. Everybody put JW in the chat, especially if you got a gifted membership. You have to tell him thank you. Really appreciate that, Justin. Justin coming through big time with those memberships. Edward says, what's going on? We have Edward Ragsdale Fishing tuning in. Haven't seen you in a minute. He says, JW is awesome. Now look at these fish right here. Those must be some crappie or something like that, because those definitely don't look like bass. But whatever it is a lot of them. All right, let's go ahead and move and head out to a point, guys. All right, so now we're gonna call this crunch time. We're gonna see how fast or slow I can get a fish to the boat so we can do this thing we call Bass for Cash, guys. All right, let's roll. What did I say? We have till 3 o'clock, so we have about 45 more minutes left. All right, so we're just gonna start pulling up on a few random points, guys. If we can get a fish to the boat. I played around a little bit. I wanted to try out those minnow baits a little bit more, but I haven't really been coming out here long enough to get done what I wanted to get done. So we'll see. We'll go ahead and focus on getting a fish to the boat now. Justin White says, he said, damn right, and I don't smoke anymore, so I'm helping the team. Shout out to Justin. Really appreciate that. Justin White building up the members of the Money Team. Really appreciate that, sir. Oh yeah, you put the money into some tackle and then brought some members of the Money Team on board. Good deal. Really appreciate that. So what kind of tackle did you buy, Justin? And how much did you win? It was $60, right? Is that what you won, Justin? And what we're talking about, for anybody that does not know, Justin is one of the Bass for Cash winners. I think did you become a channel member after you won? So we're just gonna throw this little minnow bait out here. Let it drop all the way down to the bottom. Justin White said, oh yeah, he won a nice $60 bill. Hebrew Dave says he won 150. No, so that was Joshua. Joshua won 150. No, so that was Joshua. Joshua Wilhelm is won $150. I remember that when he won that one. Justin White says, I was 0.02 off from the $150 payout. Oh, my goodness. All right, I really want to catch something with that minnow bait. I've just been tossing it out there every once in a while to see what'll happen. And so far, what has happened for me with it is nothing. But I'll still throw it out there every once in a while. But for today, I really want to catch something. I do want to catch something with that minnow bait. And I want to catch something with this shaky head, this new shaky head, the new jig head that I'm trying out. Texas Noob says, has anything been on the hook today? No, not today. I had something put its mouth on it real quick. I had a tappy tap. But other than that, that is about it. Justin says, I bought a couple of jerk baits and some Ned Rig sinker hooks. Okay. Good deal, good deal. All right, let's see, guys. So did anybody say they were fishing any tournaments this weekend? I think somebody said they were going to be at goodness, I forgot the name of the lake that you had said. But is anybody else going to be fishing any tournaments? Or just fun fishing? What do you guys have going? Or is it just too cold? I know some of you aren't going to be doing anything except for hiding from the snow. Edward says, when my back is better, I want to challenge you. Uh-oh. So you fish, what lake do you fish, Edward? I haven't seen you in the chat for a minute. Crockett says another challenge. Oh, man. I feel like Billy the Kid. You know, I just walk into the saloon. I just want to get me a nice little drink like everybody else and relax. And I keep getting challenged. Crockett says challenge. Justin says, it's not too cold for fishing, but it might be too cold at home when I get back after being gone for too long. Wifey wants to go Christmas shopping. All right, let's go ahead and roll out and go to another spot, guys. So what I'm going to do now, I came and I tried fishing some shallow rocks. I know from what I've been hearing through the grapevine that the fish are a little like starting to move toward these ditches and stuff like that. And I haven't really taken the time to come out and scout around and see, you know, where these schools of fish are. But now let's go out and just check something out real quick. And then after that, what I'll do is we'll head back into some ditches and see what we can find. James McCormick said, Billy the Kid. All right, it's a little windy, more windy out here than what I was expecting, so I may not be able to stay out here long. All right, Edward says, I'll go to Lanier if I need to. Uh-oh. Edward said he's going to come and find me. Oh, man, can't we all just be friends? All right, let's see, guys. I'm out here in some deeper water now. I'm going to look around out here for a second. Just for a second or two. And just to see. Let's hit these fish with a drop shot, guys. We're directly over some, so let's just take a look and see if they want to come out and play. Split screen. Edward says, I'm not scared. He said he'll come and find me. Yeah, so the wind is picking up. Edward said $100. Oh my goodness. He said, I'm down with it. He said, I ain't scared. So yeah, we've been talking about putting together a little meetup, trying to do something for the members of the channel, all of that good stuff. Can you guys hear the wind? Is that wind picking up on your end? Shout out to Ricky. Says, are you in Georgia? Yes, sir. I'm out here in Georgia. Lake Lanier, Georgia. All right, so now we moved out to some deeper water, guys. I'm out here in 27 feet of water. Steve Wimpy says, seems as though the cold front has shut the fish down for a while. Guess the swap money is safe. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Wimpy is like, nobody's going to get the money because he's not going to catch any fish today. We'll see. So I've been out here for what, guys? About an hour and 20 minutes. I think we're going to make it a even 2 hours for today. But it ain't over till it's over. Justin said, oh no, shots fired. SWAT is firing the shots at me, huh? He said his money is safe today. All right, so we're gonna see about that. We are about to see about that. Maybe I'll be able to get one out here on this drop shot, guys. So I'm seeing some fish out here in this deeper water. Crockett says it ain't over till it's over. That is correct. The Bass Hunter says you are about 20 minutes behind on your chat. 20 minutes? Oh my goodness. Oh no, Wimpy said I'm willing to allow a catfish for today. Oh, that's messed up. Oh no. Shout out to the Bass Hunter. Good to see you in the chat. What's going on, Jeff? Not the catfish, Wimpy. What are you trying to do to me? Shout out to Clint Perry. He have gifted a membership. Shout out to Spooks for the new membership. CP, really appreciate that. The money team is growing. Clint Perry just gifted a membership to the channel, guys. The channel is growing. The membership is growing. Everything is looking good. I guess all we need now is a fish in the boat, huh? Texas Noob says it's MoneyBass, not Money Cat. Steve says, CP, you are always doing it big. Big shout out, bro. Yep, really appreciate that, Clint Perry, doing his thing in the chat. All right, let's roll out again. We gotta keep sticking and moving, guys. Time is ticking. Let's see. Let's go and try to hit some more rocks. All right, let's go hit another point with some rocks on it, guys. So yeah, the wind is starting to pick up again now. Justin says, back to work. All right, really appreciate that, Justin. All right, let's see. What are you guys talking about in the chat? Clint Perry says, we will get Hippie Dave sooner or later. So you're trying to get your cash back from Wimpy Dave, huh? Is that the plan? Teresa Cole said, who got the membership? The membership went to, I think it was Spooks in the chat. But I don't think he's in the chat right now, though. All right, here we go. Here we go, guys. Back at it once again. Let's take a look and see what we can see for the day. All right, let's go back on the full screen on that live imaging. Things aren't looking good for the home team. Junior Martinez said, we all need a fish in the boat. Yeah, man, I want to feel that little tappy tap. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. I see people are tapping that like button. You guys are getting active in the chat. Really appreciate it. We're doing this thing we call Bass for Cash, brought to you by SWAT Lawn Operations. Big shout out to SWAT Lawn Operations, guys. If you are in the metro Atlanta area, make sure you reach out to them for your outdoor lawn care needs. Service with all the trimmings. That's what SWAT stands for, guys. Crockett says Leslie is eating some barbecue. All right, so I'm back out here fishing some rocks again, guys. Just trying to see if I can catch a little straggler out here roaming around. Crocker says, what bait do you have? I'm throwing a shaky head right now. Chef Boy says, I've never been on the water in the cold, so I can't add to that. Let me see. Add that to my things to do list. Crocker said, Thor's hammer. Oh yeah, I'm throwing that shaky head right here. That lose reel. All right, we have 20 more minutes, guys. 20 more minutes left, guys. 20 more minutes left. 20 minutes on the clock. Can I do it? Can I make it happen in 20 minutes? Can I make it happen in 20 minutes, guys? It's all on the line. 20 minutes. Crocker says, hey, it's possible. It's possible. All right, let's roll out one more again. How much time do we say we have left, guys? 18 minutes on the clock. All right, let's head over to another point with some rocks on it. Oh man, there we go. I see a bunch of birds out there in the a ways out. But I need more time to go out and scout out areas like that. Crocker says this looks like a nice spot. Yeah, out here at a nice little island. We'll see what we can find out here. Still sticking to that shaky head right now. I really want to catch something on it because I want to see how it feels with these new shaky head lures because I want to change out from the ones that I currently have. The ones that I've currently been using, the price on those things have gone up to like $1.50 a piece just for a shaky head, just for the jig head on a shaky head. So I don't know if I want to keep paying that much. So I'm going to try out a few different things, see if I can find something that'll work out for me. Clint Perry says, I will give 5 memberships if you catch a keeper in the next 15 minutes. We have 15 minutes on the clock, guys. 15 minutes. All right, I have to do it for the team. I have to catch one for the team this time. Texas New said, the pressure. Croc says, challenge. And Daniel says, what does he say? Yo, how's it going, MoneyBass? Any luck? No, sir, not today. Not today. Today has been a little slow for me. So we've been out here for about 1 hour and 45 minutes total. And I haven't been able to find, well, I found some fish, but wasn't able to get those to bite. I had one bite, but it didn't hold on to the bait. So it's been one of those days. Just one of those days. Keith says, one more cast. Junior says, type bendation just for luck. Just for some luck. Just put it in the chat. Guys, let's stick and move. Let's stick and move. Looks like we have enough time to hit to make one more move, guys. We'll see. All right, let's roll. All right, guys, it's crunch time. How much time do we have left on the clock, guys? How much time do we have left on the clock? $11. Oh my goodness. We only have 11 minutes left on the clock. Steve Wimpy says no payouts. Oh no, guys. He said no payouts today. Key Straight says, you fish for 2 hours? Yes, sir. I was out here for 2 hours. Well, I'm going to close it out at 2 hours today. Dennis says, by my watch, time is up. Dennis said, that's a wrap. So Daniel says, are crankbaits any good in the cold? Yes, sir, they sure are. But I didn't really target any areas where I would throw crankbaits today. I did that, I think, last week. But I still didn't really spend as much time as I should with the crankbaits last week. Key Straight said, deep divers, yeah. Yeah, and then, I mean, if you come up on a good area that has some nice rocks on it, crankbaits work over there too. Key Straight says, I bank fish a lot, but my buddy just got his boat out of the shop. All right, so it looks like y'all are going to be heading to the lake, right? Oh, Dennis put the hourglass on me. Oh, no, not the hourglass. James says 8 minutes. 8 minutes. Say it ain't so. Uh-oh, I'm getting the warning. I'm getting the alarm warning. Said, you ever been to Corpus Christi? I do not believe so. Daniel says, bite in the next few casts. We'll see. We'll see. Will it happen in the next few casts? We'll see. Daniel said, damn it, bite. The fish don't know where the mouth is supposed to be. That's the problem. My bait is in the right place, but the fish didn't put their mouth in the right place, so it's not my fault. I'm fishing for dollars. You are really fishing for dollars, huh? He said that the pot should be doubled if I zero. Should I have stuck to ditches today, guys? Should I have stuck with the game plan? Crockett says, oh man, they rough on you today. Yeah, it's a little tough out here in these YouTube streets. But it's gonna be all right. We'll make it all. It'll be all right, guys. Shout out to Living Out Loud, the podcast. Welcome to the Money Team. Living Out Loud, the podcast, a new member just tuning in. Dennis says, I watch your YouTube videos and this is my first time here and no fish. Oh, goodness. These are live. Dennis, I am live out here. I do not cut out and edit these things. So when we get out here, if it's a tough day, you're going to see what a tough day looks like. But I mean, I've only been out here for 2 hours. And I say only 2 hours. For a tournament day, it's generally like around 8 hours. So sometimes I could go for like the first 3 or 4 hours without catching anything until I locate where the fish are at. So what I do on these, I'll come out here and I'll just try to hit places that are commonly known to hold fish, like points, rocks, some areas where there's some brush or something like that. Then I'll go and hit that. But yes, sir. You should have told me you were coming, Daniel. If you had told me you were coming, I would have been a different show. I would have went ahead and caught him right at the beginning of the show for you. Dennis says, I know, it's been fun. I think we're down to what, about 3 minutes left, guys? 3 minutes on the shot clock, on the cast clock. Those fish are out here like, hey, we knew Dennis was coming. We wanted Dennis to see your first time. We wanted Dennis to see you for the first time out here struggling. That's what the fish wanted for me today. Crockett says we have a full 3 minutes left. You never know what might happen out here. I don't have time to move, so we're gonna hold steady and see if we can make it happen where we're at. Steve Wimpy says this could be a good thing. The CFO may allow the pot to increase tomorrow. You never know. You never know. Oh, and look at it. The time is up, guys. But you know what I always have to do? You know what I have to do? We still have to do one last cast. Can I make it happen? Shout out to Junior Martinez. He already knew. One more cast. So we got one more cast on the clock, guys. So yeah, we came out here. It's one of those days. So for me, the bite that I have been having, you guys have seen what I've been out here doing. Things are changing up. So I have to adapt to the times, which I did not do today. So I'll probably have to come out here, spend some time just scanning around and actually using my electronics to scan some areas and just see if I can locate which ditches are productive and which ones are holding fish. Steve Wimpy says Friday the 13th may be someone's lucky day. Uh-oh, all right. What does the weather report look like for tomorrow, guys? What does the weather report look like? All right, guys, let me see. Let me just check and see if I can do some overtime today. Let's see. We're gonna see, guys. You see I'm milking this last cast, right? Crocker says 55 and cloudy is what's on the schedule for tomorrow. All right, there we go, guys. But I'm just checking in for a second because I may be able to do a little bit of overtime. We'll see. We shall see if I can make that happen. If we can, then I might do another 30 minutes or something like that. Crocker says 52 at 12 and 55 at 3 p.m. tomorrow. Okay. All right, so I might be able to ease back out here tomorrow then, guys. See if anybody can get some weekend money. I feel some cover down there too. It feels good. Crocker says it'll be cloudy though. Oh man, so that means it'll be cold out here if it's cloudy. Over the summertime, those cloudy days, those overcast days were good. But now when the sun is covered up by those clouds and the wind is blowing, not such a good thing. All right, so there wasn't really too much of anything here. All right, let me just check on something real quick, guys. And let's see. All right, guys, we have a little bit of overtime in play now. We have a little bit of overtime to play with. So let's see. We'll do another 30 minutes, guys. We'll do another 30 minutes. How about that? All right, let's see in the chat. James Larry says, that is where he is. What are you guys talking about in the chat? All right, so here we go. We have 30 more minutes, guys. So somebody put 30 minutes on the clock for me. What's going on, Gene? Gene says, hey, I just randomly came across this channel. How did it happen? I don't know, Gene. Do you like fishing? Because that's what we're out here doing today. We're doing this thing we call Bass for Cash. All I need to do is get a fish to the boat. Once I get that fish to the boat, if you guess the exact weight of the fish, then you can win a cash prize. Now, it doesn't cost anything to participate. All that you have to do is be a subscriber to the channel. And subscriber to the channel does not cost a thing. It doesn't cost a thing to subscribe to the channel. So we're just out here having a little fun with it. Nice chilly day. We have Voodoo checking back in. Voodoo says, hey, Money, any catches yet? No, sir. Nothing yet. Uh-oh, but I do see some birds out here. Generally, when you find those birds, you find the bait fish. And when you find the bait fish, then you find those bass. Just that simple. Gene says, yeah, I love fishing. What's crazy is that I live on this lake and have no clues that's where you are. So what lake do you live on, Gene? I want to make sure we're talking about the same place. Let's see, what lake is Gene on? All right, so here we go, guys. We have another 30 minutes on the clock. I can stay out here and play around a little bit more. We can get out here and have some fun. For a few minutes. Maybe. Voodoo says, are they still schooling? No, sir. Those times are over for me. I haven't seen that in a minute. Celtic says, what is the highest that you have won? Let me see. The biggest payout that I've won, the biggest on one fish was about $5,000. I caught a 6.5 pounder and won a mega bass pot with that fish. The biggest payout in a tournament, let me think. In one tournament, maybe it was 4,000 or something, I believe. Shout out to Living Out Loud, the podcast. Good to see you back in the chat. I think we might be able to make some things happen in this next 30 minutes, guys. I just had to change some things up. What I was trying out earlier wasn't really working out for me. But I still want to keep fishing some rocks and stuff like that. I don't know why. Because it's fun. We have Ray's Outdoors checking in. Good to see you checking into the chat. We're still out here doing this thing we call Bass for Cash. I put another 30 minutes on the clock so we can see if we can get one to the boat for today. So I've been using a spoon, shaky head. What else have I been throwing, guys? Drop shot just a little bit, and a little minnow bait. So we've tried a few different things. I haven't really found the right combination yet of location and bait. I think I've had the right bait but the wrong location. And I've been at the right location with the wrong bait. need to get both of those things combined together to make things work. Shout out to Gene says, I just subscribed. Really appreciate it. Yeah, make sure you tune in. We should be back on the water again tomorrow, doing this thing we call Bass for Cash. Voodoo says, is it another cold day? So, I guess some would say it's cold, but I've been out here when it's a lot colder than today. A few days ago when I was out here, it was like in the 30s. I think like the high 30s, low 40s. Today, it may be closer to the 50-degree range, I'm guessing, because it doesn't feel all that cold out here to me. But I guess that's all relative. Some people are like, our lakes are frozen, and we're up here dealing with snow. So what we think is cold down here, down south, some people do not think it is cold at all. Voodoo says, better temps for your fingers. That is true. Raise Outdoor says, you need a yellow rooster tail. And I do not have one of those. I don't have a yellow rooster tail. James says, for an old man, below 70 is cold. Junior Martinez says, everything bites on a rooster tail. That's the way it should be, right? If everything was going the way it should, everything should be biting. But I've been a little stubborn today, guys. I wanted to catch something with this shaky head, so I stuck with it. Voodoo says, when he catches a fish, you guess the weight for a chance to win money. That is true. That is how we do this thing we call Bass for Cash. It's nice and simple. Nice and simple. Adventures on Planet V said, never goes like it's supposed to. There's good days and bad days. You got to take the good with the bad. Uh-oh, and I think I have the bad right here because I'm hung up. Let's see if I can get it loose. Or is this a done deal? I think it's going to break off on me, guys. Yeah, this one's going to break off on me. Oh, nope, I got it back. All right, let's roll out and move to another spot, guys. All right, we're back, guys. We're back. Had to take a quick phone call. All right, let's see. All right, we were rolling. I'm just working my way back to the ramp, guys. Might as well fish on my way back, right? All right, so let's see. We'll keep throwing this shaky head a little bit more, and then, like I was telling you before, I really want to catch something with this these minnow baits that I wanted to test out. What's going on, Dean? We have Dean tuning in. Frank says water temp in that area. So now we're around 53 degrees. Earlier we were in 52 degrees. The most I've seen so far has been, maybe around 54, I believe. But we're sitting in 53 degree water right now. Derek King says, ever catch anything by that bridge? No, sir. Well, no, I haven't caught anything by that bridge before. But I've seen people fishing it, so maybe somebody, maybe some people do have some luck over there, but not your partner. I haven't caught anything over there. Dean says, beautiful day. Sure is. It is a beautiful day out here today. It's not too cold. I'm glad the wind is not up like it was yesterday. Because yesterday that wind was kind of brutal. So I'm still throwing the shaky head down there, guys, and working it through some different types of cover. being that I didn't catch anything so far, that is a problem. I'm gonna have to actually come out here and spend some time to locate these fish, because I might fish a tournament on Tuesday of next week. We'll see what my schedule is like. Some of the Bass Pro guys get together every once in a while and host a tournament out here on this lake. They sent me an invite, so I might go back and check them out again. So I believe I fished it twice so far. So I won the first time, and the second time I came in with like 10 something pounds, and I think it was 13 something that won, something like that. Voodoo says, every time I see the YouTube short making the bass talk about chicken hawks, give me my money. So you like that one, huh? All right, I see some fish out there relating to the bottom. I've been talking about using these minnow baits, so I'm out here. Might as well start throwing them out a little bit more often. So check them out, guys. There's some fish right here at about 50 feet out. Toss that out there to them and see what they do. So it hit right here at 60. So this is the Mega Live 1, guys. I can see those fish heading over to it. You guys see them? And my bait is right out there where those fish are at. So let's see. Let's see if they want to come out and play. I think they said, no, we do not want to come out and play. They started swimming away from it. All right, Steve Wimpy says, come on, Tommy. Your schedule is always open to fish. Oh, man, come on, Wimpy. Come on, man. Shout out to Gary. Gary says, put it above them and make them come up for it. When they start coming, let me see, reel it away from it slowly, and it triggers them to bite if they're going to. All right, Derek said, if you could only fish one bait, what would it be? It would probably be a shaky head for me. Crocker says, put some stank on it. So you need to try to put some stank on it, huh? All right, in the chat, if you could only use one bait all day, what would that bait be? I know we have some crankbait guys in here. Double OG says, I'd have to say a Cinco, 20 different ways to rig it, and it rarely fails to get a bite. Boring, but if I had to choose only one. All right, so Double OG, if you had to fish it only, so that Cinco, whatever way you rig it, that is how you have to rig it all day. So, because a Cinco, you can rig it on a shaky head, a drop shot, Texas rig. There's a lot of ways to rig it, but what technique would you use if you could only pick one? All right, Greg said worms, all of them. Greg, you got to pick one. What technique would you use? So with that worm. Frank said live bait. He said, I just use live bait and call it a day. All right, Double OG said the Cinco on a drop shot. Okay. All right, and I don't know how to pronounce it. Is it Waves? Says a 10-inch worm. Okay, you going straight for the big ones. Junior Martinez says summer would be top water all day. Oh, yeah, you know that I agree with that one. I stick to that top water, but right now with the way things are, yeah, I would go with the shaky head, and then my secondary would be a crankbait, because I'd have to cover water until I found fish, because as you guys saw today, I mean, I found some fish, but I just didn't locate the active fish for me. But I'm pretty sure somebody could come out here and figure out and find the ones that they needed to. Greg says a worm on a hook. Clint Perry says basically what are we looking at is a skunk. Oh no, not a skunk. Come on, Clint. Crockett says it's not summer though. That's right, it is not summer. Tim says checking in. How's it going? It's going. Let him know tell him how it's going, Clint. I'll let Clint give you the rundown of how the day's going. Junior Martinez says he'd pick a rooster tail. Double OG says his secondary bait would be a chatter bait. All right, you guys go straight after the biggins, huh? Going straight to the chatter bait. Man, guys, I hate it when things change and then I have to change up and now I have to find a new bite. Why can't they just bite the way that I want them to all the time? Why do they have to change? Make you have to come out here and put in work. I just want to go and catch them. Clint Perry said the day has been going sad. That is today's fishing report. Sad. Junior Martinez says Money LePew. Oh no. He said Money LePew. Crockett says Tim, Lake Lanier in Georgia. Steve Wimpy said the jig is his secondary bait. Oh man, not Money LePew. That doesn't sound good at all. Tim says, throw that June bug. Hit him in the head with the June bug. Greg Davis says, Money's always catches one at the last minute. Voodoo says, all we do is punch grass down here. All right, so you must be catching those biggins. What lake do you fish to be talking about punching grass? You must be at Lake Okeechobee. The burning sea. Well, let me see. Crockett says, sounds like what Chicken Hawk would say. Burning Season says, if I had to fish them lakes in the South, I'd sell the boat and take up the sport of crack smoking. Oh, my goodness. Is it that bad? He said I'd have to start smoking some crack. Man, that's pretty bad, Burning Season. Oh, man. Steve Wimpy says, Greg Davis, even the greatest suffers sometimes. Dick says, have you ever fished Arkansas? No, sir, I have not. Tim says, I fished Lanier, Hartwell, and Richard. Okay, and Lake Russell. Okay. And occasionally Oconee. Okay, so we fished the same lakes. But no, I have not fished Arkansas before. Do you have smallmouth? What kind of fish do you fish for? Greg Davis says, I always have faith. Greg says, you got to keep the faith. Oh my goodness. Wait a minute, guys. What do I see? Living Out Loud, the podcast says, you can do it. You can do it. She has faith in me. Just like, who was it, Greg? Greg says, I always have faith in money. All right. Okay. You guys are making me feel a little bit better. You see that? Shout out to Living Out Loud. If everybody could, put LOL in the chat. You know, I think I need to go ahead and get a fish to the boat for Living Out Loud, the podcast. Just for that. Just for that, Living Out Loud, you get a fish today. Living Out Loud is going to get a fish today. Big shout out to Living Out Loud, the podcast. If everybody could, I need to see LOL in the chat because she has faith in your partner, MoneyBass. Look at everybody. If they were starting to turn on me, Living Out Loud, they were turning on me. They called me, can you believe? Check this out, Living Out Loud. You know what they just called me? They just called me Money LePew. They called me Money LePew. Can you believe it? Shout out to Living Out Loud, the podcast. Really, really appreciate the encouragement and having faith in your partner. So yeah, I'm going to make it happen. I'm going to make it happen. I don't have any other choice. The burning season says, one trip north, you'll move and change the channel name to Yankee Bass. Well, they just told me I need to change it to Money LePew. Which one is it? Living Out Loud says, oh no, not a stinker. Oh yeah, they call me Money LePew. And I think it almost hurt my feelings. Oh man. All right, let's see, guys. Let me take a look around and see what I can see. All right, let's see. Tim says, have you tried an A-rig? Not yet. I don't really have too much success with A-rigs, but I guess Tim would say, hey, it doesn't look like you're having too much success, period. So you might as well try one. Junior Martinez says, money, no mouthpiece? Not today, only mine. Only my mouthpiece is the only one that's hurting today. But Living Out Loud, she came through and hit me with the $5, with the $4.99 super chat. Really, really appreciate it. But you know, I still have to give credit where credit is due to Justin White. Justin White is the current sponsor of today's live stream. He has gifted 3 MoneyBass memberships. And what that does is that brought 3 more members to the MoneyTeam. So really appreciate that, everybody. Voodoo says a rattle trap or a lit. The burning season says, at this point, have you tried dynamite? Have you tried some dynamite? Man, the burning season just doesn't. He said, have you tried some dynamite? What type of knot should I tie on that dynamite, the burning season? What type of knot would you suggest? Should it be a polymer knot? Oh, Dean said not the C4. Yeah, you know, Crockett, maybe that would have helped. But you know, Crockett, what I'm actually doing, I want Chicken Hawk to see this. So then he'll be like, oh, I got him this time. So then next time, what he'll do is he'll bet me again. So that's the game plan, Crockett. That's the real game plan right there. Rudy said, MoneyBass is hustling. All right, here we go, guys. So we're sitting on top of some fish. So let's change it up a little bit. Let's see how they react to the spoon first. And depending on how they react to the spoon, all right, somebody said drop shot time. I do agree. Looks like they were paying attention to that spoon just a little bit. But before we drop it down there, you know what I think I need to do? I think I need to put some stank on it. Let's go ahead and put some herring on here. Chef boy, hey, what are you still doing out there? Did they convince you to stay? Oh yeah, we went into a little overtime. And then Living Out Loud, the podcast, came through and hit me with the $4.99 super chat. So I was like, hey, you know, I gotta go ahead and get a fish to the boat for Living Out Loud, the podcast. So let's go ahead and put some of this herring on here. All right, so we're gonna drop this drop shot down here. It looked like those were some decent sized fish down there too. So we're about to see. We're about to find out. Junior Martinez says, that looks like a winner. Man, you know, a lot of things have been looking like a winner for me today. They've been looking like one, but they just haven't been acting like one. Crockett says he's 3 minutes past the overtime period. Oh, my goodness, I sure am. I didn't even look at the time. Oh, man. Crockett says, I think that's what you got to nibble on earlier. No, it was actually a shaky head that I got that I had the hit on earlier. It had it for a minute, then it let it go. Derek says, I was just about to ask about a small spoon, so it looked as though they were looking at it, but they didn't commit to it. So that's why I went ahead and changed it up, went to this drop shot. Bernie Season said, this is more painful to watch than the girlfriend at the buffet. Oh, no, not the buffet. Croc says, they got lockjaw. Bernstein says, good thing your family doesn't count on your fishing skills for food. Oh, no. Living Out Loud, do you see they're getting me? Do you see what's happening to me? Do you see what is happening? Tim says, bendation in 10, 9. Oh, my goodness. All right, look at this, guys. The likes are kind of up. We're sitting at about 84 likes. We've been having fun out here today. The fish were like, yeah, we're just here to spectate too. The fish were like, yeah, we just came to watch. We didn't come to participate today. All right, so they didn't want the drop shot either. Oh man, right when I put it down, I see a pretty good one come right into the screenshot. So let's see, let's drop this spoon back down there again. Let's see. Man, that spoon looks good, but it's just not working. It's just not working. Junior says, try a spinnerbait, man. Try something. Try something that actually works. Tim says, what are you using? I was just throwing, just jigging a spoon. Now I'm back to the shaky head. What else was I throwing today, guys? A drop shot. Yeah, I had the drop shot just a second ago. But they're just not cooperating with me. It's just one of those days. One of those days. Frank V says, hey, I like watching this right now. I'm out here buried in the snow. So yeah, it's a pretty nice day out here today. The breeze has gone away. So, and I mean, this actually feels kind of warm out here. And if you take a look, the sun is nice and bright. Wind is gone. So it's pretty relaxing out here. So Junior says a jerk bait. Well, I'm not really seeing the fish suspended like that to where I think they would hit a jerk bait. But like I said, right now, the things that I've been trying have not been working today. I had that one bite, and then I guess I should have kept fishing that spot where that fish bit at, because I didn't stay there that long after that. Crockett says, you're not holding your mouth right. Your mouthpiece is not being held right. That's what the main problem is. And I think you told me that before, right? All right, let's see. The burning season says, quit thinking about, what does it say? It says, thinking about quitting fishing. This tech race is getting out of control. Not going to keep spending $6K every 2 years. It's ridiculous. Yeah, I mean, that's what I was saying earlier too. I mean, the things that I have with my live imaging right now, to me, unless I'm, planning on getting back into, tournament fishing like I was before, I'm not really going to be investing into it like that. Because for what I'm doing, I'm having fun with it. So you guys know that I host my live tournaments, Battle of the Anglers. So that's pretty cool. I'll be fishing a few tournaments with my bass club, the Rob Bender's Bass Club, and getting out here doing Bass for Cash. So those things, what I have for my setup for that, it is good enough. It's good enough for government work. Goodie says, how deep you plugging? I'm sitting in 14 feet of water, casting out from anywhere from 10 to 20 feet. Just making some fan cash right now. Chef Boy says, throw the kitchen sink out there. You know what? You're right. Let me go ahead and get the kitchen sink out of here. Where's my kitchen sink at? I'm going to take the spoon off of here and try this little paddle tail swim bait, guys. I can set it up and everything, so I might as well use it, right? Actually, where did it go? All right, here it is. So I was wanting to throw a little paddle tail swim bait too, guys. So we'll try that for a little bit, because right now I am actually seeing fish. They're just kind of roaming around. So maybe those are the fish I need to be targeting instead of the ones that are kind of stationary. So we'll see. We'll try it and see. And for me, I pretty much hit everything, just about everything, with a polymer knot. Quick and easy. I know some people tie, I think it's a loop knot or something like that when they throw little swim baits. But I have not taken the time to play around with that. But I know that FG knot is one knot that I took the time to play around with. And that knot right there, that knot will make you stop fishing. Frank says, have you tried shaking a little jig and minnow? Is that what you're talking about right there? So this is what I'm going to throw now. But I'm going to throw this out here and just target some of those fish that I see roaming around out here. And see how that works out. Okay, that was not good. Let's redo that cast. Frank said, looks good, looks good. All right, so Frank said he'd bite it. Goodness gracious. Keep getting tangled on this knot. That's one of the things about tying this. I don't have enough. Actually, the reason why I'm using this, had that spoon on here, because this was a setup that I had put together that I didn't plan on casting. So now I rigged this swim bait on here, and I didn't have this one set up to cast it out because of the type of knot that I had tied on it. Yep, every single time keeps getting stuck on that knot. So that is not gonna work for me. Greg says, let's get 100 likes. Can we do it? Can we do it? Can we get 100 likes? Chef Boy says, fish in T-minus 2 minutes. Yeah, this one isn't gonna work out. So might as well change this one back out. Well. Looks like we're closing out today, guys. Time has been ticking. I guess I need to come up with a better game plan for tomorrow. I think the weather tomorrow should be about the same. So knowing that, what I'll do tomorrow is I'll probably come out a little earlier and just scan around and find the fish first. Because the places that I have been fishing for the past few weeks, those areas are no longer productive areas. So you got to change with the times. Junior says, that rod putting up more fight than the fish. The fish definitely have lockjaw today. I don't know if it's the fish have lockjaw or, well, I mean, I have been around the fish, but maybe I'm just not throwing what they want for today. The burning season says, is there any small lakes by you? There could be. What do you think? I need to go and try a pay pond? You think I need to go and try a pay pond? Pay my $5 or $10 out there and go to a lake that's guaranteed to catch some fish? Derek says, maybe try a stocked pond. I hear you, Derek. I got you. At least that's not as bad as what somebody told me one other time. They told me I need to go ahead and just try the grocery store. All right, let's go and spend this last bit of time out in one of these ditches, guys. I spent about 10 or 15 minutes there, and then we'll go ahead and take off. Oh man, not the scuba diver. Is it already time for me to call in the scuba diver? I didn't think it was that bad yet. All right, let's see. Steve Wimpy says, it will be dark soon. Try night fishing. That might work. Oh my goodness. To let me have it. Oh man, how the tides turned. All right, guys, so we found some bait fish, which is a good sign. And then I can actually see the bass chasing and feeding on those bait fish, which is another good sign. Let me just show you what I'm talking about. So there's the bait fish and there's the bass. Those bass are chasing those bait fish up to the top, splitting them apart and everything. So if I can get one of these little minnows out there. right, we're gonna let this fall all the way to the bottom. Greg says, I'll dive in for you. Oh, goodness. Fish for a Dollar says, at least you're on the water. Voodoo says, that's a nice live scope image. Junior Martinez says, I was just thinking that Fish for Dollars. I'm on the job watching money and getting paid. All right, let's drop straight down and let's go and look in these ditches. Let me drop my down range down to about 55. See what we can see down there. All right, guys, it is 4 o'clock. I think I did, what, an hour overtime or something like that? All right, fellas, it is time to go ahead and close out and call it a day. I really appreciate everybody for tuning in. That's fishing. But had a good time out here. Make sure you guys tune in. We'll be back tomorrow. So we'll come up with a different game plan tomorrow because those fish appear to be definitely have pushed out of the areas that I've been fishing for the past few weeks. So I have to go back out here and locate them again and kind of change the game plan. All right, guys, I really appreciate everybody for tuning in. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you have not already done so. And I will see you guys tomorrow.